Hello everyone, I'm Priyanka. Today I'm going to explain about our midterm project. Our task is to train a classifier on given dataset and to detect whether the given URLs are malicious or benign by using some machine learning framework or model. And the second task is to deploy the model which is created as an endpoint on a SageMaker and then to create a Streamlit Python client which takes the input as URL and processing it and classifies whether the your given URL is a malicious or benign. To start with, our first task is to train a classifier. For that process, I've just created a notebook instance, and then after that, after creation of notebook instance, we go into Jupyter and then create a training model where we install necessary libraries such as scikit-learn in a specified version 1.2.1 and then train the model with a required classifier. Here I choose decision tree classifier. And then after training the model, we get the model. And then to deploy the model, we have to go through some process, which is like writing the inference file. Using inference file, we will we'll deploy the code to and SageMaker endpoint. We write the inference file, which contains prediction function, output function, and the process input. After writing inference, we straightly go to install all the required libraries. Like we import the Boto3 libraries, joblib, pickle, tarfile, all the necessary libraries. And then we do the setup of the Boto3 client for S3. And then we retrieve the required SageMaker image, which contains the framework of sklearn and the version 1.2.1 with the instance type of T2 medium. And then we use the default bucket for S3 to store the model. And then we create the model using SageMaker. Here, I gave the model name as malware detection. And then we do endpoint configuration. For endpoint configuration, we use the variant name, sklearn variant, and the model and the instance type of T2 medium. After that, we do the endpoint creation. And then we monitor each step. Like we gave 15 seconds of sleep time and we get the status of endpoint creation for every 15 seconds. And finally, we received a message that endpoint has been created and is in service with its name and further details like configuration name, ARN number, and the request ID and all of the details. After that, we to check out whether endpoint has been created or not, or whether it is working or not, we do use a sample malicious file URL, and then we use that in a endpoint name. Here, I gave a input as PLU query editor as a sample URL to check whether the given URL is malicious or benign or defacement. So it has been classified as a defacement. Now, as our endpoint has been deployed successfully, let's check out the given dataset. Here, I've created the Python client where I've installed the Boto3 libraries and Streamlit, all the necessary libraries. And then here I've written a file for app.py where it takes the Boto3 client details like access key IDs, access key, all my AWS credentials, and then along with the endpoint name, which we have created. So, and then we have to run this file to get the IP address, which we use this as a password for our next step. After we run this command, we'll be able to launch a UI editor where it asks for URL type predictor. And we basically have to enter the URL whichever we have. And here I gave the URL and as for prediction, let's check it. Here we got a predicted type as phishing. Like the given URL has been classified as a phishing URL. Let me also check out the URL other URL. So I gave another URL. Let's check out the prediction. Here, this URL has been classified as a benign URL. So this is our output. Thank you.